Start that.
Give me
Page
a book.
73 in your
Where's
grammar
my
book.
grammar?
So go to page 73.
73.
73 in grammar. You do need a post-it note. So if you have one in your stuff, go ahead and get one out. If you need to go get one, you can go, if you know where they are, go ahead and grab one. Go ahead and stick it on the page upside down where the sticky part is down because we're going to label this page and it is called Fanboys. I know that sounds weird, but go ahead and write Fanboys in all caps like that. Fanboys. We're going to put this on this page. Fanboys. I'll explain what that means in a minute here. Have you ever heard of coordinating conjunctions or conjunctions? Have you ever heard of that before? Some of you are nodding and some of you are not. I think Declan's coming in here. So a conjunction is a word that connects other words or phrases or clauses together. And we're going to talk about what's called coordinating conjunctions. They connect the same type of
Sorry.
words or phrases or clauses. Okay, Declan, I hear you coming in. Go ahead and turn to page 73. And you need a post-it note. We're going to label this page Fanboys, and I'll explain why in a minute, but stick it upside down like that and write Fanboys there. After you write that, go ahead and put it at we already read the top of this page, so go ahead and stick it at the top here like this. It'll cover some of the words, that's okay. But you want the word Fanboys to be past the top of the page so you can come back to it later. You might need this later. Okay, and then it's words that connect other words. So look at this sentence. He ran to the window and opened it. So the coordinating conjunction in this sentence is and. It's connecting two words. And I'm not talking about window and opened because it looks like that's on either side of and. But remember, a coordinating conjunction has to connect this two same type of words. So, like in this sentence, it's going to connect two verbs. Can anybody tell me what the two verbs are in this sentence? Raise your hand if you see them. There are two verbs here in this sentence. He ran to the window and opened it. What are the two verbs, the two actions? Yes, Declan.
Um, so it's ran and opened.
Nice, excellent. So, and the word and is actually connecting ran way back here and opened because it's
Okay,
two
so would it
things.
be and ran?
No, so it's just connecting those two words because they're the same type of words. So he ran to the window and opened it. It's telling the two things that he did. So jump down here where it says fanboys. Let's talk about this next. You see where it says fanboys, kind of a fun word. This is a word to help you remember what these coordinating conjunctions are. They're right here. So the F stands for the word for. A stands for and. N, nor. B, but. O, or. Y, yet. S, so. See how that spells fanboys, but it's a fun way for you to remember what these words are. Okay, so now I want you to stay muted. And we're going to read this list 3 times in a row. So stay muted, but read it with me at the same time. Okay, look right here. Ready, read. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Again, for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. One more time. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. I know that was kind of fast. But I want you to memorize that. If you can remember fanboys, you'll remember what those words are. Now, nor might be kind of new to you. It's one that we don't use very often, but it is one of those words we use to compare things sometimes, like neither this nor that. So it's something that you're comparing against, like it's not that, right? Neither this nor that. Okay. We don't use it very often, but it's there. It's one of our words. So in this book, they're going to use these words now, and you have to label them. And you're going to label them CC. And CC stands for coordinating conjunction. And you're going to look at this next example here where it says, the guards looked around the room, but saw nothing unusual. The CC is but, and that, by the way, is only one T. Just in case you wondered, it's B-U-T with one T. The other one is a different word. You know that. This is telling us it's one or the, it's like he looked, but they saw nothing. Kind of the opposite. They looked around, they saw nothing. So B stands for that. We're going to label it CC. And it's connecting looked and saw. Another two verbs here, looked and saw. It's telling the guards looked around the room, but saw nothing unusual. And the next one says the princess wanted the cloak, bag, and horn. And is the CC, and it's the A in fanboys. You guys see that? So you're going to label it CC for coordinating conjunction. And this time it's connecting three nouns. You see that? Cloak, bag, and horn. So there's three nouns here. It has to be the same type of word that it's connecting. Two verbs, two nouns, two adjectives. It has to be the same type of word, or three nouns, three verbs, three adjectives. So here is the pattern. And if you look here, there's a comma rule. This comma is crossed out, so it means do not use a comma when the pattern is A and B. When you're comparing or you're listing two things or two verbs or two adjectives, you don't need a comma. You need a conjunction like and, but you don't need a comma. If it's three, like A, B, and C, you do need commas, or four or five. Anything more than two, you need commas. So look at the pattern here. It says A, comma, B, comma, and C. That's like this example here, cloak, comma, bag, comma, and horn. So pay attention to what they're listing. If it's only two things, you don't need a comma, A and B. That's it. If it's three or more, you do need commas. All right. Any questions about fanboys right now? What that means? Okay, these are the words. You're going to memorize it. It'll get easier for you. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. And Weston, I see you got your book up there. Can you put it down so I can see your face? And Joanna can get in the camera too. I just want to see your faces so I know you're watching. Okay. And then down here we have strong verb. We're going to talk about this. This is on your checklist. So you guys are good at these. A strong verb is a verb that shows action. A lot of times those types of words have ed endings. That's what I always say. You know, if you can't think of a good strong verb, think of a word that has ed ending, like walked or um, talked or whispered, replied, yelled, those types of words that have the ed ending, okay? Um, or there's some others that you could use, but they're going to be action words. Like if you're talking about swim, swam, or you grabbed something. Okay, it's action. That's what you need to remember for a strong verb, not words like is or was or were. Those are helping verbs. They're not strong. Okay. Or like I went to the store. That's a banned word. We can't say went, traveled, drove, walked, ran, things like that. Okay. Strong verbs. Let's go to the practice page on 75. And how about Joanna read the sentence today, please?
The soldier knew that he needed to escape, but he forgot that he was wearing a magic cloak.
Nice. Okay. Escape, meaning like get out of a situation, leave danger or something like that. Okay. So get out or leave, get away from. Check that. Did you notice, Weston, that this word two is the wrong one to escape. So let's fix that first because it's bugging me. How should we spell two here?
E-O?
Yes, you got it. So that's called a homophone. So we're just going to check that off because it bugs me when they do that. And you can do that first. All right, we got two articles. That's pretty easy. Go ahead and label those. Oh, it's over here. Took me a second. Now we have some nouns. Sydney, what do you think? Where are the two nouns?
Um, Soldier,
Good. Soldier.
cloak.
Good. And cloak. That's it. There are three pronouns, Trevor. Remember, those are the words that take the place of a noun.
He, and he.
Good. He. It sounds like you're laughing. He. They're all pronouns. He, and he. And they're talking about the soldier. That's what those pronouns are doing. All right. How about Declan? What about the adjective? There's only one here that's going to describe a noun.
Magic.
Yes, good. Magic is telling what kind of cloak it is. It's a magic cloak. Excellent job. Next to this part right here, we're at the coordinating conjunction here. Next to it, I want you to put fanboys just to help you remember in all caps here, fanboys. And then I want to ask you, does anybody have that memorized yet? Do you remember what each letter is? Does anybody want to try it? See if you can remember what they are. Okay, Sydney, see if you can remember without looking.
I did this before, like last year. It's for and nor, but yet so.
Nice. I think you forgot the O. What's the O for?
Or
There you go. Or yet so. Good. Nice. You got it. Excellent. Anybody else want to try it? What are the fanboy words? All right, try it, Declan. See if you can remember.
okay. Um 11:30. I think that it is for
Yes.
um
And
and nor
Okay.
but
Okay. I'm ready
or
for ID.
oh my goodness, I forgot the one.
yet.
Yet and so.
Good. You got it. You're
I
super
was a
close.
little bit shaky, but I
You
still
got
got
it though.
through. I
I
still
know.
proceeded.
You superseded. That's right. Anybody else want to try Weston? Remember what those words are?
uh,
For,
or and nor, but
or,
or your
yet.
yet. I forgot the S.
So
So
you're super close. Trevor, how about you try? We'll help you.
For and
Nor,
nor,
but.
but, or, yet, so.
Good. You guys are super close. You almost got them all. How about, okay, Joanna, you're the last one to try.
For and nor, uh, but,
Or,
or, yet, so.
okay, good. You guys are there. Now, I forgot whose turn it was. Okay, let's go to Sydney. Where is the coordinating conjunction in this sentence? It's one of the words, one of the fanboy words.
I hear my dogs in the background.
Oh, that's okay. I can't even hear them actually.
Found it, but.
There you go. But right here, on top of but, put CC. That stands for coordinating conjunction. That's what it's doing. It's connecting something, which we're going to talk about in a minute here. Now we have the that clause. So Weston, what about that clause? Where does
That?
there's two of them.
Oh, it's right between new and he.
Okay, so it starts with that. Tell me the whole clause, like read the clause to me. That what?
That he needed to escape.
Good. That's one of them. Where's the other one?
Right between forgot and he.
Okay, so it starts with that. Read the whole clause.
That he was wearing a magic cloak.
Nice. Excellent. And now we're going to label those with the word that. That. Good. How about the verbs next? Yes, Declan, did you have a question?
Yes. Doesn't the that clause go till the end of the sentence?
Yes, it does. It goes all the way to cloak right here. Do you see it?
But it no, the first one that he needed to escape. That
No, actually, it doesn't go to the all the way to the end because we have another one here. That's a new that clause.
mm,
There's two that's here. So it doesn't go all the way to the end. It goes to one way to
okay.
know is ask yourself that what, like we just did, that he needed to escape. And then we ask again here, that what, that he was wearing a magic cloak. Okay, good
So
question though.
if there's two, then it wait. So does it go to like a type of punctuation? Because I see that there's a comma right next to escape. Like escape,
Sometimes it
comma.
does, yeah. Sometimes it does. So that actually is a good thing to look for. So yes. Sometimes it doesn't. You have to watch for that, okay?
Yeah.
It's more like the end of that what? You got to think of that. What are they explaining? What more are they explaining? Okay. Let's go back up here to the list. We're doing verbs, so I think it's Weston or Joanna. I think it's Joanna. Joanna, where are the verbs in here? Actually, their camera's off, so they might have had to step away or something. Oh, there you are. Okay, where are the verbs here?
No, forgotten.
Forgot is one.
Forgot. Needed.
Yep.
Soldier. No, not soldier. New
New, good.
and what? No, wearing.
Wearing, and did you say was too? Because it is
No, not.
was. Actually, they do go together.
Oh
Was
yeah.
is yeah, was is a helping verb. So it's helping wearing. So was wearing do they do go together. Now, I noticed you didn't say escape, which you're right, but sometimes escape by itself is a verb. But because we have the word to next to it, it is not, we're not going to label this a verb. To escape is called an infinitive. So anytime you have the word to, next to a verb, like to walk, to run, to jump, to work, that changes it. It's not functioning as a verb anymore. It's actually called an infinitive. So we're not going to label escape with a verb. Okay, we're going to leave that one blank. But now, Trevor, who's doing these things? We have four subjects in here. So let's start at the beginning. Like, who knew, as far as in the sentence here, who's the subject first?
The soldier.
Good. And then inside the that clause, who's the subject? So it's got to be one of
He.
these words. He, good. So he needed to escape. There's another verb here, forgot. Who's doing that here? Who's the subject
He.
here? He again. And then the last one inside that clause,
He.
he again. So soldier is the subject here with new. He inside here with needed. He forgot and he was wearing. Those are all the subject verb pairs. So it's unusual to have that many, but it does happen sometimes. All right, we have one capital. It's going to be easy. The first word of the sentence, the. And then the end mark is just a period. So we got it now. All right, so your homework, you're going to see those coordinating conjunctions. And by the way, on your homework this week, I attached a link to a video, a Schoolhouse Rock video. Maybe you've heard about those before. They're old, like from the 70s cartoons. And it's one of my favorite ones that is catchy to learn what a coordinating conjunction is. So check with your parents before you click the link and
The
watch that.
we have the full like we have it on discs. So we have
Oh,
disc
yes,
one
so do
and disc
I.
two.
I do, so conjunction, junction, what's your function? And it goes
Yeah.
hooking up cars and trains and no, I forget all the words. It's good. So it's fun and it actually gives you a visual on what those coordinating conjunctions are. But watch out for those in your homework. It's going to be fanboys. And now you can go back to that page to help you remember those words if you need to, okay? Okay. You guys finished up the Little Red Hen this week. So let me check my notes here because we have a little bit of time here. We got a lot to do today. So I'm actually going to only allow one student to read today because we have a lot to catch up on. So is there anybody that's like really wanting to read their story this morning about the Little Red Hen? No? Oh, I was like, what is that? Your cat? Nobody's jumping up and down. It's okay. You don't have to read it today. But let's move on to the next lesson. Or oh, are you raising your hand, Joanna? I wasn't sure because I saw Weston shaking his head over there. All right, Joanna, you want to read yours? We would love to hear it. Do you have it with you or do you need me to pull it up for you? You can read it if you have it. We're just going to do Joanna's today,
I
okay?
have it with me.
Okay,
It's 3
good.
pages long.
Oh, wow. All right then. Go ahead and tell us your title and then you can start reading.
The Stinky Little Hen. Once upon a time, there was a little red hen who lived in a barnyard. She was walking in a pickety-pickety fashion, searching for worms for her chicks to eat. She had to eat the scraps of her chick. The little red hen was wandering around the barnyard, and she spotted a lazy cat. He usually napped all day. He was so lazy he didn't even catch mice. Speaking of mice, there was a rat that ran with no cares. There was also a pig that only ate and slept. The hen noticed how lazy that they all were, and then the little red hen found a wheat seed. She learned that it could grow into wheat that could be made into delicious bread. That's one page.
Okay, nice. I like it so far.
The little red hen yelled and asked who would want to help me plant the sweet seed. The cat replied no, the mouse replied no, and the pig replied no. So the little red hen planted the seed herself and it grew into the little thing. It grew into the little hang on, planted it herself. The little red hen
Okay.
wondered if she could make this into bread. But to realize she first needed to make it into flour, which could be made into bread. When the wheat grew, she yelled, "Who will help me harvest it? Who will help me harvest it?" The cat yelled no, the pig yelled no, and
Declan, I'm sorry for interrupting. Declan, stay off the chat. Okay, that's not nice what you put there. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Joanna.
so she did it herself. She spent the whole day turning turning the wheat into flour, and then she mumbled, "Who will help me make this into bread?" They all quickly replied, "No, no, no, no."
That's
No
good.
one wanted to help the little red hen, so she started making the bread. First, she had to mix the dough, then she kneaded the dough, and then she baked the bread. The cat was sitting lazily, and the rat was looking in the mirror. And the pig was snoring. The smell wafted into the air, and the cat, rat, and pig were all drawn to it. Okay, then the little red hen asked, "Who will eat the bread with me?" Which they all replied, "I will. I will. I want it. I want it. I want it. I want it." But the little red hen yelled, "No, it's for me and my chicks to enjoy." The others realized that if they wanted to eat some bread, they had to help make it. In the end, the busy hen's hard work was delicious.
Nice. Awesome. Was that the end? Woohoo! All right, you guys, you know what to do. I loved it. Good
Hey,
job, Joanna. I love that. Man, you had 3 pages. I heard some great dress up words in there. Yeah, you guys can put the emojis in there. I love that. Very good. And I noticed you stayed away from said. That was kind of hard in that story, huh?
yeah.
You had to use like replied and asked and yelled and those types of things. That was good. You did great. I loved it. All right. We're gonna put away week 8. That was the one about the little red hen. But before you put everything away, get that pink paper because we're gonna put that in a special place in your binder. This one. This is page 67 from Little Red Hen. It's going to go in a spot that says stylistic techniques. It's toward the back here. This tab right here. So see where it says stylistic techniques? You're going to put the pink page back there. That way, when you're writing your stories from now on, if you need an ly adverb, you can go to that page. This is such a great list to have right here. Okay, and there's extra spots on this list where you can add your own ly words too, but I want you to stick it behind stylistic techniques. There's a yellow page back there too. You're just gonna stick it in there. Yes, Declan?
Hmm. Apparently, I don't have that pink page.
Okay, you might have misplaced it. Hopefully you'll find it. When you do, you can stick it in that spot of your binder, okay? It's really important for you to keep your work in your binder, like your front pocket, until you're done with it. But go ahead and the rest of you, if you have that pink page, put it there. And then this yellow page, this one goes in a different tab, and that tab is called Model Charts and Outlines. The tab that says Model Charts and Outlines is right here. And you're going to see other yellow pages. Put it after those other yellow pages in that spot. It's called Model Charts and Outlines. Okay, that yellow page goes there. All the other white pages and your keyword outline and everything can go in another folder. Like put it away in your finished stuff. And then once you get everything put away, then you can get out the next week, which is week 10. Make sure you're closing your rings in between all this stuff. Actually, sorry, it's not week 10, it's week 9. Sorry, my bad.
I was about to say 10
Week
already.
9. Sorry, I went too far. Week 9. Not week 10, week 9. Make sure you're closing your rings before all this. Week 9 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. So you're going to get out 5 pages for week 9. And you also need a piece of lined paper. So make sure you get a piece of lined paper out too. Once you have all that ready, give me a thumbs up so I know you're all set. Okay. Okay, good. Week 9, 5 pages for week 9. and a piece of lined paper. Good. I see those thumbs up. Gotta get mine ready too here. Close up those rings after you move stuff around and after you get your things out. Okay. So we are going to start writing reports now for a little bit. You guys have been having fun writing about stories. Those are like fiction stories where you have animals that are talking and making bread and things like that. Those are fun, made up stories. Now we're going to shift gears a little bit and we're going to write report style writing. Okay. So, what we're going to do is summarize a reference. We're going to talk about what that means, but these are papers about real things. Like we're going to write about deserts, real deserts. And one of them is called the Sahara Desert or Sahara Desert. It's pronounced either way. But that is real information about a real place in the world. So it's a little bit different, more like report style writing. Yes, Declan?
Um, I only have 2 pages. So it's week 9 desert. Wait, apparently, wait.
It should
Actually,
be
I have. Oh, now I see it. Now I see
71,
it.
75, or
Because
73,
I saw
75.
the composition checklist and
Yeah.
then it just went to the desert reptiles week 10 and I'm like, wait, what happened? I don't have it.
Okay. So not the desert reptiles. Don't get that one out. This is different. It's deserts. Okay. So go to the yellow, excuse me, the yellow page first. After you get all that out, put the yellow page on top. We're going to talk about this. We have something brand new that you're going to start seeing on your checklist now, and it's called the topic clincher rule. And we're going to talk about what that means. If you look at this yellow page down here, this is a little mini keyword outline. You've got your Roman numeral 1 where it says topic, and then you've got 1 through 7, and then underneath that is the word clincher. So let's talk about clincher first. I see the word clench. I want everybody to just grab your pen or your pencil and just clench it. Okay, we know what that means when you're talking about grabbing something like this, squeezing it, right? That's a clench. Now you can relax, okay? When you're talking about writing, what you're doing is basically trying to clench your reader or you're trying to grab your reader as far as with interesting information so that the person reading your paper wants to know more. It's grabbing their attention, is basically what it is. So when we use a clincher, that's what our goal is to try to grab their attention on what we're writing. And then the topic is the first sentence of that paragraph. So the first sentence of your paragraph is going to introduce what you're going to talk about. And then the clincher at the end is going to restate that or basically kind of solidify what you're talking about in the reader's mind. If you think about how music is, I like to use this analogy because when you listen to music, a lot of times you'll hear a certain sound or a certain instrument or even certain words in a song. And then you hear other things in the middle, right? They're singing about other things related. But then when it comes to the end of the song, you hear a lot of times you'll hear the same notes or you'll hear some of the same words that were at the beginning of the song. And that's because in our minds, when a song begins and ends and it has kind of that feeling of it coming back together, it's satisfying to our brains to hear that. Okay. And in writing, it's similar. It's like solidifying what you're hearing or reading here. And then in this little arrow right here, do you see where it says repeat or reflect? 2 to 3 key words. We know what key words are. We know what repeat means. Like if I were to say the word cold, if I wanted you to repeat the word cold, you would say cold. It's repeating. It's the same word, cold and cold. But what if I wanted you to reflect the word cold. Now that's more like a synonym. So if I say cold, raise your hand if you can think of another word like cold, but different. A different word than cold, but it means almost the same thing. Okay, Weston, what's your idea? Cold,
Freezing. But for
freezing,
cold.
cold and
Yeah,
freezing.
that's
Those
just what
reflect.
I was gonna say, freezing.
Freezing. Good. Sydney, do you have a different one?
Frigid.
Frigid. Trevor, what's yours?
Chilly.
Good. Yes, those are all great. Those are reflecting. Could be icy, any of that. Okay, that's reflecting. What if I have the word hot? How would you reflect the word hot, Declan?
Um, Burning.
Perfect. Burning. What else is there? Sydney, you got one? Hot and burning.
Warm.
Warm. Could be fire or like blazing, scorching. Any of those types of word is like hot, right? But it's different. So that's how you would reflect. Okay, so this rule has some hand motions and I'm going to teach them to you, okay? So I'm going to do it first and you just watch me and then I'm going to teach you how to do it. It goes like this. The topic sentence and the clincher sentence must repeat or reflect two or three key words. Okay, so when I go like this and I say topic sentence, and I want everybody to put your hand up like this, that means the first sentence of your paragraph. So this time I want you to copy me. I want you to say the topic sentence. Now you say it. You can stay muted, that's fine. And then I'm going to move my hand down. This is going to be the last sentence of the paragraph. And I want you to say, and the clincher sentence. And then we make a fist and we go like this, must. Just to help us remember, must, okay? Then I'm going to have two fingers like this, and I'm going to make kind of like a moon, a half moon shape like this, kind of like almost like a C shape. And I'm going to say repeat or reflect. So say that, repeat or reflect. And then you're going to go two or three, and then key, like you're turning a key in the car, key words. Okay, good. That's how it goes. So when I do this part where it says repeat or reflect, notice I'm doing like up here, like we had topic. So the topic sentence is at the top. So you're repeating, and then when you repeat or reflect, you're connecting those two. Just like in that yellow page where that arrow is, you're connecting the topic sentence and the clincher sentence. The first sentence and the last sentence of each paragraph is going to have words that connect like that. Okay, so now let's try it together at the same time. Okay, get your hands ready. Got to do it together. You can stay muted. Okay, Joanna, get your hand up there. Like this, Weston. Do it with me. The topic sentence and the clincher sentence must repeat or reflect two or three key words. Okay, do it with me again. Ready? Do it again. Ready, go. The topic sentence and the clincher sentence must repeat or reflect two or three key words. Okay, let's do it a little bit faster. Again, ready? The topic sentence and the clincher sentence must repeat or reflect two or three key words. Okay, is anybody ready to try it by yourself? Can you do it? All right, Declan, let me hear you. Do it. Unmute, and then
Like
Sydney, I'll have you
a
go next.
okay.
Do it by yourself. Starts here. We'll do the motions. Let's do the motions with Declan, but we'll let him say it, okay?
The topic sentence and the clincher sentence must repeat or reflect two or three key words.
Yes, good. You got it. How about Sydney? Let me hear you do it. Everybody do the motions with her.
Okay, sorry if you hear my dogs. My mom was opened her garage.
Oh no. Do you want to do the rule though?
Sure.
Okay.
The topic sentence and the clincher sentence must um,
Repeat.
repeat or reflect two or three key words.
Yes, good. You got it. Anybody else want to try it by yourself? Okay, Weston, do it. We'll do the motions with you. Okay,
The
go.
topics, oh, the topic sense, the bottom sense,
The clincher
the
sentence.
clincher sentence must represent or
No, repeat.
repeat or reflect
Uh-huh.
two or three key words.
Nice, good. Anybody else want to try the last one? Okay. I know that Trevor and Joanna, next week I'll have you guys try, but good job. You guys are getting it. So we're going to learn what that looks like and how to incorporate that in your writing. And the next thing I want you to do is get out a lined piece of paper. So, and we're going to put your name and date on that. I'll share my screen in a second here. Name here, date here, 12/11/25. And then I want you to write, skip a line and put summarizing a reference. And then after you write, I know those are big words, summarizing a reference. After you write that, I want you to just underline SUM in the word summarizing. I know that word sum from math. I know that if I ask you, what is the sum of 2 plus 3, you would say 5, right? The sum is the answer to a math problem. But in writing, it means something completely different. So what I want you to do is draw an arrow down like this. Are you writing this down, Declan? Are you typing it? I want you to put the word sum, SOME, and I want you to circle it. So you might not be able to do that on the computer. You might have to actually write this down.
Okay.
In writing, sum means part. And it does mean, like, if you ask your mom for some cake, even though you think you might want the whole cake, you know you're not going to be allowed to have the whole cake. But if you ask your mom for some cake, you want a piece of cake, right? So some means part. And what we're doing in writing is reading a reference, which is where the information comes from. That's like an article or a book or a website. But when you're telling some of the information, you have to pick and choose what you're going to tell in your paper. Underneath the word some, I want you to draw a funnel. Have you guys ever seen a funnel before? That's what we use when we pour something from a big jug into a small opening. A lot of times we do that when you're changing the oil in your car because the opening for the oil is really small and the jug is big. So in order to get in there without spilling everywhere, you need to use a funnel. I want you to write the number 15 inside the funnel, and then down at the bottom here, I want you to write the number 6. That's because the article that we're going to read today about the Sahara Desert has 15 facts in it, but you only need 6. You don't need to do 15 because remember, we're telling some. So you're not going to write about all 15 facts. You're going to pick 6 of the 15. So how do you pick? How do you know what facts to use in your paper? Well, I want you to write the word interesting here. And I want you to write the word important. When you read an article like what you're about to read for the Sahara Desert, you need to choose what you think is interesting information, the facts that you think are interesting. And the reason why we focus on that one first is because it's more fun to write when you're writing about something you're interested in, if it's interesting. You also need to look for important information. And then we can piece those together and write your own paper. You're going to summarize, only using 6, about the desert. So now draw a line across here. We're going to just trace one of those blue lines to kind of split up your paper here. And now I know I'm going kind of fast, but I'm trying to make up time here. So go ahead and write the word deserts and KWO. We're going to get your keyword outline ready for you this week. This week, we're going to break up this assignment into 2 parts. You're going to focus on the first paragraph this week. Next week, we'll do the second paragraph, okay? So under KWO, I want you to skip a line and write Roman numeral 1 and then 1 through 6. And then I want you to put the word clincher. Also, up in the margin up here next to that Roman numeral 1 on the left side of it, I know you have a small spot if the hole is close there. So I want you to write the word topic. So now you can see your topic clincher rule. The topic sentence is the first sentence. The clincher is the one that goes with number 6 here. It's your last sentence. That's that rule. You're going to come up with some words that you're going to repeat or reflect in this paragraph. I know that the first desert we're going to talk about this week is the Sahara Desert. So I want you to go ahead and write Sahara. This is next to Roman numeral 1. Okay, this is your topic. Sahara Desert, comma, and then we've got one more word. Actually, we'll put commas between Sahara and desert. So we got Sahara and desert, and now we have a blank because we got to figure out what third word we're going to use here. The rules are still the same with the outline, 3 words only, but you still can use numbers, abbreviations, and symbols. All of those are free. We don't have to count those. So far we have 2 here, and we're going to come up with a third one as we go when we're reading this article. All right, thumbs up if your paper looks like mine. Good, 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 good. Everybody's set. Now go to get out the Sahara Desert paper. It is on page 73. You have another desert in your packet. It's the Gobi Desert, but we're going to save that one for next week. Okay, we're just going to focus on the Sahara Desert first. Now, your goal is 6, right? Because we have 6 lines, different facts that you're going to include in your paper. So your goal is 6, but you also are going to be looking for another word to put in your topic sentence. We got to figure out what are we going to put here. So I'm going to show you now. You're going to underline information as we go in this article, okay? So just basically copy what I'm doing here. I'm going to read it, and I'm going to start underlining some facts that I want to include in my paper. We're looking for interesting and important. So it says the Sahara. It says, in a desert, little rain or snowfall occurs, so living conditions are hostile. Now, I'm going to pause there. We're not going to underline everything because remember, there's more than what we need. Think of that funnel. We have about 15 facts in here, and we can only pick 6. So we're not going to underline everything. So try to just pick and choose what you want to use. The next sentence says, the world's largest hot desert is the Sahara Desert. Hey, that sounds like a great place to put that third word. I might use something here, world's largest hot. So go ahead and underline that right here. And you're going to take a note on your paper. I'm going to put a Roman numeral 1 and I'm going to circle it. It looks like an I. But I want to mark that on my article so that I can remember, okay, I'm going to use one of those words in my outline. I know this is kind of new to you, so just hang in there with me, okay? You got this. This will work. It says, the world's largest cold desert is the Antarctic. Now that's interesting, but I'm not talking about the Antarctic, so I'm not going to underline that one. I'm going to keep going, okay? The Sahara stretches across the whole African continent from the Atlantic Ocean to the Red Sea. Okay, that's important. We got to know where the Sahara Desert is. So I'm going to underline, I'm not underlining the whole sentence. I'm going to start right here with the word whole, African continent from the Atlantic Ocean to the Red Sea. I'm going to underline that. That's important. I'm going to put a number 1 there. I'm going to use some keywords from that fact on my keyword outline. So that's why I'm putting a number 1 there. Okay. Consisting of mostly of vast sand seas called ergs, the desert mysteriously shifts around all the time as if it were alive. That's cool. I want to put that in my paper. I'm going to have to break that up because that's so much information into 2 separate facts. Underline where it says vast sand seas called ergs and put a 2 here, like that. I'm going to also underline mysterious shifts around all the time as if it were alive. I'm going to put a 3 here. You see how I'm doing this? I'm numbering the facts that I'm finding here. The climate is severe. During the hot months, day temperatures soar to over 100 degrees Fahrenheit or 50 degrees Celsius. I'm going to keep going. If water runs underground near the surface, green, fertile places called oases appear. I think that's kind of cool. So I'm going to underline from the word water all the way to oasis appear. That's a long one. Now you're going to have to pick and choose some keywords there when you write this on your outline. So I started with water and I ended on appear. And I'm going to label this one 4. Okay, our goal is 6. We're not counting Roman numeral 1 because that's going to be in your topic. But we're going to jump down here and we got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 2 more to choose from, so I'm going to keep going. People can live near an oasis on the shores of the Nile River that flows through the Sahara. The ancient Egyptian civilizations thrived. Even though that's cool, I'm not going to mark it because I only have 2 left, so I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do next. Because water is scarce, only about 70 kinds of animals survive in the Sahara. These creatures can live for long periods of time without water. Okay, that's pretty interesting to me. I'm going to underline between creatures all the way to water. And I'm going to call this 5. It's hard. This is hard because there's some good facts in here, but when you summarize, you're not telling all of them. You have to pick some. S-O-M-E, summarizing. Okay. Avoiding the horrific heat of the day, vipers, those are snakes, lizards and sand foxes and gerbils stay on the ergs in their burrows. So I'm an animal person. I have a feeling a lot of you are too. I want to list some of those animals. So I'm going to underline vipers, lizards, sand foxes, and gerbils. I might even keep going all the way to burrows. I think that's interesting. The burrows are like their little homes, like a little cave. And now we're at 6 already. That's hard. And there's more on the back. I'm going to read it, but I'm not going to underline any of that just because I have my 6. They obtain water in the foods they find at night. White gazelles and addax or screwhorn antelopes also roam on the dunes. Amazingly, camels, which provide transportation in the Sahara, can go for nearly a week without water. Now, if you want to use some of those facts, you can, but then you'll have to not use some of the ones we already underlined. So for this first lesson, I'm going to have you just stick with what we underlined on the front. Okay, thumbs up if you got stuff underlined and you put numbers on your paper. Okay, good. I know we're out of time. I have one more thing to say. Your job this week is to put keywords and numbers and symbols and abbreviations from what we numbered here on your keyword outline for Roman numeral 1. Roman numeral 1 here says world's largest hot. So I might put largest here and then maybe some fire for hot. Okay, like that. And now 1 here goes with 1 here. 2 here goes with 2 here. And 3 goes with 3, and so on. So your homework is going to read those facts that we labeled 1 through 6, find your keywords, put them here, only 3. You can use numbers and symbols and abbreviations. You're going to finish this whole keyword outline for Roman numeral 1 and write 1 paragraph. That's your homework this week. The topic clincher, you're going to try to repeat or reflect 2 or 3 key words from your first sentence and your last sentence. And we're going to talk more about that next week. Okay? But at least finish this keyword outline for Roman numeral 1 and write 1 paragraph this week. And then we'll keep going next week. All right, you guys, I got to let you go. Good job today, everybody. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.